Y'all, well, I think the CDC has reported or something with the news and something that the deaths they were thinking were COVID-19, like 130,000 or something like that, were not actually COVID-19. They were influenza, like a massive amount of other things. It could be with influenza, and it could be with cancer, and it could be with other things, old age, what have you. Not every death in the United States of America is COVID-19 related, right? Lung cancer kills a lot of people, millions of people every year because people smoke. And they haven't done anything with the cigarettes yet, have they? No, they're still sold. And I'm repeating this after I saw this by John Snyder. People are still out there selling cigarettes and people out there still smoking. Imagine how many people are going to die this year, have died this year from lung cancer. And they call that COVID-19 because of the respiratory issue. How about that? Because they get that money, they get that kickback from the CARES Act. We don't need to be letting scientists scare us. Dr. Fauci and the rest of his group scare us, whatever group that is with, or CDC scare us. Even whenever they say, hey, not everybody's dying of COVID-19, they tell you to listen to the scientists to tell you, we know what's best for you. No, they don't. And it's like when the scientists say the earth was created millions and millions of years ago because of this small little thing with a bone. Okay? A little bone they call the Piltdown Man. A little bone here, a little bone there. And so the missing gap there between those transitional species, they assume that the earth is millions and millions of years ago. Old, rather. And it's the same thing. It's a lie. That's a lie. It's not millions and millions of years old. Based on what you can see, what you think you can see, your assumption. And it's the same thing with COVID-19. Not everybody has died from COVID-19. People are getting COVID-19 today, have COVID-19 today, and they're tested more than anything. And people are panicking. Yahoo News, I see it all the time on my phone. They're panicking. They trying to put people in panic, rather. It doesn't seem to be working with Republicans. It seems to be working more with those who are more Democrats, or who are on the side of the Democrats and the independents and stuff, probably independents. That seems to be working on them. They're fooled, not us. And so we don't need to be hyped up and scared because, yes, while it is sad that a lot of people who got COVID-19 passed away, it's very sad that we learned to get a handle on things. We learned what to do, and there are therapeutics out there now that have been released to the public. But there are governors in other states, and there are other firms that don't want their therapeutic stuff to go out there and help other people because they haven't tested it yet. They're so afraid and so fearful of Donald Trump's reign, you know. And that's all we're going to get if we have Joe Biden as our president. He won't be my president, I'll tell you that much. All he seems to do is just like an old man out in the car. That's probably why he has people driving up in cars to to listen to him, because he's so used to getting out on the road. If he ever does, blowing a horn. Hey, what's up with you, man? Hey, man, come on, man. Get out of the way. Move out of the way, man. Come on. Probably is best for doing that. And that's exactly what he is. He's a lockdown president wannabe, as opposed to a president who wants business to get back up safely, of course. And I think I had COVID-19 a couple of months ago. had a couple of days I was feeling bad there. It wasn't really bad. I managed pretty good, and I felt half strength. I kind of felt weak a little bit. I had a little fever and stuff for a few days, a couple of days. But after that, it was done going with. I lost my taste and smell afterwards, and then within a few weeks, it came back. So I mean, if I had it, I'm not saying I'm immune from it, but wow, maybe it was just a minor strain, a small strain on here in East Tennessee, or maybe in other places. It just depends on the person's immune system, how they can handle things and things like that. I was thinking maybe my immune system, if I ever got it, I was kind of scared if I ever got it, that I probably wouldn't be able to handle it correctly, but if I had it, and my doctor, well, nurse practitioner, seems to suggest I did, I was like, look, I lost my taste and smell before. It's no big deal, And yeah, but this is the time when if you lose it, like I lost it for a couple of weeks. So it gradually came back within that time period, and she's like, well, it's probably COVID. You had COVID. And I'm like, well, if I had it, it wasn't much to it. It was just like a normal type of flu with me, or something I had for a couple of days. And after the fact, I lost my taste and smell, and then it came back. So it was just, I felt kind of weak, a little miserable, and stuff like that. And, and I didn't have a bad chest thing, pressure on my chest or anything. But that was a couple of months ago, But anyway, I don't think we should let scientists tell us how to dictate our lives, how to live our lives, whenever they don't have proven 100% actual facts. There's no proven 100% actual fact that the Earth is billions of years old, millions of years old. So there's no proven actual fact that COVID-19 is killing this many people. There's no proven actual fact that what they can show models all they want. They can show this and that all they want. Yeah, and we need to protect our elderly people. We need to protect those people who are more susceptible rather, to getting COVID-19. And we need to protect them. But to shut businesses down, to shut places down, and that's just wrong. Our government doesn't need to be involved in that. And we need to just, look, enough's enough. Okay, we got the thing with the protection and everything, but you're fear-mongering on media, on the news, on Twitter, on Google, on Facebook. It ain't helping matters, and we're tired of it. We're sick of that. If anything, we're sick of, it's not sick of COVID-19 more than we are of the freaking fear-mongering that our media is putting out there. It needs to stop. We need to make it stop. That's what I think about it. Anyway, I think that's all I had to say for right now. And just like, if you can't prove the science, then don't call it truth. You know what I mean? If all you can do is base it on models and you have no 100% proof that it is science, then it's not science. It's an assumption. It's a what do you call that? It's a graph chart. It's a suggestion, or whatever you want to call it. It's not 100% based on facts. It needs to be based on facts and not assumptions. Just because a person's a scientist don't mean that they have all the truth, and that doesn't mean it is the truth. We got to have facts. And concerning creation, we have a fact. It's called the Bible, the Authorized Version. And then we should have facts on COVID-19. And what they should do is kind of remodel the CARES Act. That way the hospitals won't be getting so much money in kickback because of it. Now that's where basically not everybody who gets it now is dying, or we have a need for ventilators. What we need to do is now kind of like, all right, let's adjust that. So some of these hospitals won't be taking advantage of the system and say, oh, COVID-19 gets all this money. He's got COVID. He just died. He got COVID. He had COVID. He's dead. Oh, he had COVID. Even though it could be lung cancer, or it could be regular flu, or whatever, or just old age. So we need to tighten up on the CARES Act because these hospitals are taking advantage of it.